So now that I have my artboard set up, my article is going to be about 2 pages long, I can actually get started. The first thing I almost always want to start with is the background of the article. Graphic designers usually will work with the background to give the article a little bit of color, a little bit of pop, a little bit of texture. It hopefully will enhance the words. The big thing when we make backgrounds is we don't want it to be distracting, where it's so bold or the lines are so dark that now the text is completely unreadable. That defeats the purpose. What we're really trying to do is take the articles that Colleen's writers have created and just enhance them. So thinking about my kitten article, I came up with the idea of doing sort of a tiger print background. And I have that saved in my folder on the desktop. So I need to bring it into Illustrator so I can start manipulating it. So to do this, I'll take my mouse. I'm going to go File and Place. You could drop it in, but sometimes that may open up a whole new document, and we want it on these 2 pages we created. It opened up the Kitten Project folder on the desktop for me already. But if it didn't, I could go Desktop, find my Rachel folder, and go into the Kitten Project. So you can decide how you want to access it. And I'm going to look for that tiger print. There it is. I'm going to hit Place. And there is my tiger print. Now, anytime we're working with a JPEG, you can see that there's little handles on the edges here. They're sort of little boxes. Those are the boxes we can use to resize it. If we grab one of these and pull it, you'll see it changes the size, but it also stretches it. That may be okay for the background. Maybe you're just trying to get a texture and you're not worried about a picture being perfectly scaled, but maybe it is kind of an issue to you. If you do want to change the photo size and you want to keep it totally in proportion, hold down the Shift key on the computer and grab the corner, and you can see it keeps it in proportion, so you don't get those stretchy photos. The other problem I'm having here is I need to go horizontal, and this is vertically laid out. So there's a couple ways I could fix that. One is, if you notice, the mouse, when I hover over this corner, turns to a curve shape. That allows me to tilt the picture, so I could do it that way. It's a little tricky to get it exactly lined up with the edge, so it's exactly at the 90-degree angle. So another way I can do it is do Object, Transform. Then if I go to Rotate, I can tell it, please move it 90 degrees, and then it's exactly up and down the way I want it. Then I can take it, move it onto that page. Notice I'm using the black arrow, not the white arrow. This one is the selection tool. This is the main tool we will be using when we're manipulating things on Adobe Illustrator. I'm going to try to get this exactly lined up with the edges of the page so that I don't have any weird spacing when we go to print. So there's that. Looks pretty good. I want the exact same thing on this side, so I'm going to take that black arrow, click on it, and if I do Command C and then click off of it, Command V, I can just print another one. And now I've got my 2 backgrounds. Now I could start building on top of it with my article, but anytime I click on this, you can see it highlights it, and it's going to want me to move it. So it's going to be shifting, and that's going to be pretty annoying. So what I'm going to do is Object, Lock, Selection. And now I can click on it, and you notice it isn't moving, which is really helpful to me. If, say, I've decided tigers totally suck, I don't want them anymore, I can get rid of it or unlock it by doing Object, Unlock All. And now it unlocks it. So again, if I do want to keep it locked, I kind of like my tiger. I want both of them locked. What I did to highlight 2 things is I clicked on it, held down the Shift key, and then clicked on the second one. And now I can lock both at the same time. Object, Lock, Selection. And now these are both locked in place, and I can start thinking about my article. I'm probably going to save my progress, File, Save, and it should save it right into that folder. And so now when I go to move on, I'm kind of set to go.